Good afternoon, April the 27th, 2016. We came in today with a buyer's bias. The FOMC tends to rally the market, and we basically had a sell 85 to 90 right in this area. So a couple of good sells. Really, your buy was down there against 77, so right in here was your buy. Two sells, two buys if you just played it off our recommended buy and sell point. The news, all over the map, but again, the tendency is for this to rally. So the stock market was up and down, but basically up after it sorted itself out, and it plays with the tendency. And the reason for that is that on the Fed's not raising interest rates today or tomorrow. They changed the language. It was a more hawkish statement than the market had anticipated, but interest rates haven't gone up today. They may go up in June, and what we know is that one meeting it's dovish, the next meeting it's hawkish, and they just go back and forth, and they basically have held the market in a trading range. Should have an outside day here today. We do. That favors a trading range. Put all these together. Still looking at a P. My guess is, before this is all said and done, is that we are going to see new contract highs before the presidential election. Could see them now, could come later as the run up into the fall. Good times are here again if you just elect me, right? So the F1 screen, trading range, F2 screen was a P, and we've got to move out of the middle and L period. Tomorrow's news, GDP, I've seen estimates. Atlanta Fed says plus 0.4. The consensus GDP estimate is plus 0.7. So that's going to be one news focus. Consensus is plus 7. Deflator plus 5. No one will pay any attention to that, except those of us that go to the store regularly. Jobless claims 260. Job market's great, getting better, right? Natural gas inventories probably build in the 20 BCF area. I'll have to check that in the morning. I think KC Fed could come in lower than forecast. Was -6, so that number could come in lower than that. So the focus is going to be GDP, jobless claims, which both hit at the same time, and then whether we get follow-through buying or not. Sell failure to take out 95, 98. And 2100, 2105 for sell 2. On the buy side, the breakout came 85, 87, so 85, 87 buy 1. And then our 80 to 82 buy 2. Still like the long side of the E-mini better than the short side because the market is rallying on less than favorable economic news. When a market ignores bad news, buy it. Okay, higher low, higher high in treasuries. That favors the buy side. We have the 7-year auction to market. That would be the second reason to buy it on our F2 screen. And K period wraps and L is started up. So, I mean, the issue to me is, can we get to take out 130 or not? So, first sell is going to be 27 to 31, a little bit higher in London. Second sell 3 to 7. On the buy side, the breakout came from 18.5, so 17.21 buy 1. 9 to 13 buy 2. 130 holds as a resistance, pretty easy sell. Okay, double distribution. The high volume number here at 62.23.25 pulled the market to it, and here we sit. So resistance is 20 to 24. That's 1. Sell 27s to 31. Sell 1. 7 to 11 will be sell 2. On the buy side, the breakout came from 7, so 5 to 9. Actually, 8 to 12 is going to be 1. A lot of it depends on what goes on the E-mini this afternoon. 1 to 5 will be buy 1. And 25, 29 will be buy 2. I bet you the 7-year auctions is a good one just because of the way the other two went. Okay, on gold, will 1250 hold? Higher low, higher high. Having trouble getting through that 55 area. Bias is still to the upside longer term for reasons we discuss regularly. Today's FOMC announcement, gold probably traded better than the other ones in light of the headlines and the announcement. Still like the buy side though, so 40.42 buy 1, 35.37 buy 2, sell 49 to 51. We've been there before, worked out well for us. And 55.57 for sell 2. Crude, it's holding in there pretty well. And again, I think one of the factors really is that the central banks around the globe have figured out that it's cheaper to support crude oil through buying futures rather than taking over bankrupt companies that they have no idea nor business running. My guess is that there's probably some central bank intervention here in the prices too. In a non-free market, non-capitalist way, if I wanted to stop the bad guys, and I do consider the Saudi Arabians bad guys because they educate and they foment through the building of mosques and the funding of such around the world. 80% of the new mosques that go up are Wahhabi-backed. And that's not a friendly to the Western culture and Western ideas branch of Islam. It's pretty hardcore, pretty fundamentalist. And the Saudi made a deal with the devil. You export your terror, we'll build you every mosque you want built, but outside of our country, and no problems with inside our borders. So I would put like $30 tax on imported crude per barrel. And it's like I said, it's a strategic defensive move to make sure we quit sending so damage money to the Middle East. Crude oil is pointed higher right here. And looking at the profile, if you profiles, put them all together, definitely a P. Volume is over time. And we had this next area up here. It was in the 65 area. Was our low volume number. We made it in K period. So again, based in London, if we fail to take out and hold 45.50, sell 1. 46.46 and a quarter, sell 2. On the buy side, we had a whip and K period. The low is 44.40. Right out of the middle is 44.80. So 44.75, 45 by 1. 44, 44 and a quarter by 2. And pretty good day in trading crude as far as the setups went and the opportunities. And again, no matter what your trading experience is with crude oil, if you adopt Rich Gender's methodology, it's the fastest way I know of to a bottom line. 2 to 4 trades a day. And he gets, almost everybody gets a dime on every trade they take. 12-cent stops, and the runner usually gets about 30 cents. So when you look at the math, if you stop out on a full position, you lose 24. If you take yourself out for a dime and then 30 cents, that's 40. That's 16 ticks to the good. So the math works. And you're right a hell of a lot more than 50%. Okay, the euro was all over the map on that announcement. The status quo remains. So on paper, the euro could actually rally. There was a fear that, well, there was no fear that the Fed was going to raise interest rates on this go around. So we have a higher low, higher high, pretty weak close. F1 screen favors a buying into weakness. I'm sure the F2 will counter that. And the F2's a D, so we're looking for a move out of the 1330 area, give or take. So first sell is 40 to 50. Let's make it 45 to 55 where we had it. And 70, basically 75 for sell 2. On the buy side, 113 even, 113.10 where we could have had it this morning, but I didn't. Thought about that 10, but I just made it 113 even, and then 12.75 for buy 2. And that's it for April the 27th, 2016. I will see you all bright and early in the morning. May you have a great evening, and hopefully if the storms are moving into your part of the country, that they just bring the needed rain and no hail or damaging tornadoes. See you all bright and early in the morning.